have to commend you on your casting. You did a great job finding two leads that not only look like they could actually be sisters, but do a really great job. How was it finding the right people for these parts? Because it really works.
Thank you very much. I always love casting. I think it's so exciting to sort of think about the character on the page and then figure out who could, not just play the character, but elevate the character and elevate the story. And so we talked a lot about who could play our lead, Lucy Field, and pretty much wanted Madison Bailey straight out of the gates. She is uh, as a human and as an actor, she embodies like the things that I most wanted for Lucy, which is having this great sense of self and not being a pushover in any regard, but having a bit of a roadblock in her current life and being able to play that vulnerability and sort of that inability to become who she wants to be in the present day. And so once we had her, then, we were like, okay, now there's these options for her sister. And immediately Antonia Gentry stood out to us because she has that sort of bubbly, sweet, powerful presence that would be the popular girl in 2003. But then she's also complicated and weird and like isn't what she seems. So she was perfect to play Summer, who also is trying to figure out who she is and can't, face the truth about her own sexuality and has all these complications in her own life. So they're both my favorite type of actor. They're complicated, layered, interesting, and both very talented.
Yeah, I came into this film expecting some slasher and time travel fun, which it does have, but what really surprised and impressed me was how well the whole family element was handled, and how was it just getting that human drama, everything with Lucy's parents is really well done. How was it kind of adding into that? Because that was my big takeaway from this film, rather than just the kills and everything.
Well, that means the world to me because I really hope that that is a big takeaway for the audience is this idea that it's important to not only figure out who you are, but truly find your family. And I sort of say that in quotes as like, could even be your found family. So I think when I first read Michael Kennedy's brilliant script, it was the sister relationship that really drew me in. It was like this love story of two sisters who are torn apart by time and violence, and to see them come together and then both have to sort of come to terms to like what they would be willing to sacrifice for the other. It broke my heart. So and also the beauty of seeing what tragedy can do to a family. Like I think a lot of slasher films don't even get the opportunity to address that or care to, but to be able to see how a murder 20 years later has deeply affected Lucy's parents and therefore her own life, her own ability to grow, and then to get to go, meet the parents again in the past and see what could have been for them is quite haunting.
Yeah, and then my last question for you, the film's just very 2003. I thought you nailed that aspect, especially with Antonia's like fashion. How was it just like really making it feel 2003? It was like a time capsule.
It was relatively painful for me to have to relive that time of my life, but I lived it. I know it well. I wore those things. I worked at the Buckle in a mall in 2003, so like it was like a time capsule for myself as well. I'm glad you felt that.